This all began in Poland back in 1931. For more than 8 decades, this outdoor test of an archer's skill has played out on many of the world's great stages. London, Paris, Berlin, New York, Beijing, and Belek have all hosted the best with bows and arrows. In 2015, that duty was bestowed upon Denmark and the iconic city of Copenhagen, which became one of the more diverse spots on Earth, with a record number 96 nations bringing more than 600 archers to the 48th World Championships. Since 2001, Korea's captured the women's team gold medal 5 out of 7 times at the World Championships. But the Russian Federation made sure that wouldn't come to pass in Copenhagen. Ina Stepanova, Tuliana Dashidorjeva, and Ksenia Perova, taking a tiebreaker in the semis, devolved past Korea into the gold medal match against an Indian team led by Deepika Kumari that had defeated Japan in a shoot-off. After 3 sets, Kumari and company led 4-2, taking the first 2 sets. But Russia was showing signs of a comeback in the 3rd set and kept coming with a solid shot from Stepanova to start the 4th. Perova would catch the line for an 8. And then the newcomer, 19-year-old Tuliana Dashidorjeva, steered her shot into the 9 ring. The 21-year-old Kumari, on the rebound from a tough 2014, winds up just left of center. But she gets a big boost from teammate Laxmarani Maji, who sticks a 10. India's rolling until Remil Buriuli leaks one into a red ring. There's only 1 point separating the 2 sides. Tuliana stays steady, while Perova plants another shot in the 9 ring for Russia. And then Stepanova drills one down the middle. That could be a game changer. The same could be said for Maji's arrow sailing off into the 7th sea. It would take a pair of 10s from India to salvage a split, but Buriuli's feeling blue after her shot, which puts the set out of reach, despite Deepika dropping a dime to close out the 4th. The momentum has shifted and taken up residence on target 1 with the Russian Federation. The match is tied at 4-all, going to a tiebreaker. Up by 1 after the first 2 shots, Stepanova steps up, puts more pressure on Deepika Kumari, who can still win it with a shot that's dead center, but her arrow drifts above the 10 ring and seals India's fate. A remarkable run by the Russian Federation is capped off by an incredible comeback that sees them win the gold medal in a shoot-off, 28-27. Fittingly, it was Ina Stepanova who put the finishing touches on a great team effort that included a critical 10 in the pivotal 4th set. The Russian Federation, solid gold. We came here with the intention of getting this medal. Everything went smoothly. We worked a lot, and all of our effort finally paid off with this medal.
Hi, my name is Karina Winter. I just won the Baku European Games, and I show you how to do a knocking point. To do a knocking point, first I have to measure the height. Then I'm taking a thread, like, 1 meter. Then pull it through glue, so it gets a little bit more stiff. And I cut this big piece because I need 2 knocking points, and so I need 2 threads. So I take that thread and adjust it at the height I want to have it. Okay, it's 15, so I'm taking off the checker. And what I do is I do knots in one direction. That's the first layer. and the second layer goes back to the other direction. And cut the ends. That's the first knocking point so far. What I do next is taking my arrow. Then I'm taking the second piece and I do the first knot right under the knock. And I pull it tight. For the second knocking point, I basically do what I did with the first one, just in the opposite direction. So I'm going down and going up again. So I'm doing the second layer like I did before. One knot on top and one on the opposite. So, okay. Now I have two knocking points. And when I burn the ends, the glue melts and it makes the knocking point stronger. Actually, I'm done with the knocking points. You can leave it as that, but what I do is that I add another glue just to make it more safe. Now, after they are dry, I can shoot.
This duo from Chinese Taipei found itself on the marquee in the mixed team gold medal match. Lin Shijia and Kuo Cheng-wei had already gotten the best of India and Russia in a pair of shoot-offs during the week leading up to their showdown with Korea's Kibo Bae and Kuban Chun, an imposing pair that had also gone to tiebreakers to get past Mexico and China. Korea looking to add to the 5 medals that nation had already claimed in Copenhagen. And Ms. Ki and Mr. Koo were well on their way to a 6th, taking a 4-2 lead into the 4th set. Of course, Kuo Cheng-wei had also collected a bronze medal in men's team competition, so he was comfortable with his surroundings. Same could be said for his 22-year-old partner, Lin Shijia, offering up another 9. Strong shots that put Korea into the attack mode. Kuban Chan letting it rip and launching a missile that landed in the 10 ring, while Kibo Bae, pursuing her second gold medal of the day, gives her team a slight advantage. Mr. Kuo meets the status quo with his next arrow, and when Ms. Lin strikes gold, she leaves Korea backed into a corner. Kuban Chan comes close, giving Kibo Bae the chance to be the hero. A 10 would split the set and give Korea the 1 point needed to win the match. It turned out to be one of those rare occasions Ki would not come through. Chinese Taipei wins the set, picks up 2 points, and ties the match at 4 apiece. With the shadows stretching across the palace square, they head to a tiebreaker. Ms. Ki can put the match away, and this time she does not let that opportunity get away. Clutch shooting from Ki and Koo when it mattered most would make this final effort a moot point. The South Korean Express right on track, picking up a 3rd recurve medal and the 6th overall medal during these World Championships in Denmark. Korea takes the lead and then takes the tiebreaker from Chinese Taipei, winning the shoot-off by just 1 point. Kuban Chan adding to his medal collection, which includes the gold medallion he took home from Stage 1 in Shanghai this spring. For Kibo Bae, this victory would add fuel to the fire for her final match of the day. I knew from the beginning that it was not going to be an easy match, and it was really challenging, especially during the shoot-off. Anyway, we were talking to each other that we just need to trust in ourselves and do the best. This confidence was, I believe, the drive that helped us win the shoot-off.
슈도프를 준비했는데 그게 잘 맞아떨어진 것 같아서
To be the world champion, I need to train hard and train every day.
Good weather and focus.
I need good equipment, good coach.
To be awesome.
To be a world champion, I need proper preparation and good people around me.
Mentally strong.
Be good at setting equipment up really specifically.
I need more confidence and focus.
Hopefully a last dance.
And a really good mental game. Yeah, it's a big process.
To be a world champion, I need to be the best archer in the world.
After settling for silver in team competition, the women's bronze medal match would be a shot at redemption for India's Laxmarani Manji. This 26-year-old veteran had won her share of medals on the Asian circuit, but was looking to break out on the world stage. And she has the talent to do it. By the same token, Choi Mi-sun is yet another archer in a long line of prodigies coming off South Korea's assembly line. Just 19 years young, she would step up to the shooting line at Christiansborg Palace with a record of 14-4 in match play this season. Lo and behold, Choi would take a 2-point lead into the fourth set, where Manji's first shot had a happy landing. The same could not be said for Choi Mi-sun, who saw red after her arrow leaked into the 8 ring. Manji hammers home another solid shot, which Miss Choi is able to match. When Manji tacks on another 10, she puts the set out of reach and ties the match at 4-all despite a game effort right here from Choi Mi-sun. That opening 8 might have kept her from closing out the match early, but it would not change her date with destiny. She would regroup, press the reset button, and come out firing away. Choi Mi-sun with a 9. Manji would do her best to hang with Ms. Choi, who is about to up the ante. She raises the stakes. But Manji's all in. We're tied at 19 and it could go either way. But we've seen this ending many times before. Choi Mi-sun sticks to the script, coming through in the clutch, putting the weight of the world on the shoulders of her opponent, who wilts under the pressure. It's a formula that's created a culture of winning for Korea and led to a 7th medal for that country at this championship. Choi Mi-sun has her moment in the sun as it begins to set in Scandinavia. When it mattered most and she needed a clutch shot, Ms. Choi came up with the answer, winning in 5 hard-fought sets by the final score of 6-4. While she had faced Kibo Bay in the mixed team finals, Lin Shichia had never gone head-to-head with Recurve's best female archer. But after winning 75% of her matches this year, the 22-year-old from Chinese Taipei had no reason to doubt her own ability. The same held true for the incomparable Kibo Bay, who seemed intense, even anxious, going into this gold medal match, and with good reason. This was the one title that had eluded her through an illustrious career. Ms. Ki would take the first 2 sets, but Lin Shichia had just won the 3rd set, as we pick up the action on the Palace Square. Lin catching the line, putting 10 more on the board for Chinese Taipei. Kibo Bay misses the center circle, so Ms. Lin has a slight edge in the set. She means to keep her edge and will, despite the fact Kibo Bay is back in the middle. Lin Shichia leaves the door cracked open ever so slightly. And Miss Ki slips through that door. She forces a split and maintains a 2-point cushion in the match, leading 5-3 as this match now heads to a 5th set. Ki can afford to split this set, But Ms. Lin cannot. Her next 3 arrows have to be better than Kibo Bei's to force a shoot-off. That 9 is matched. The set is even, and there's 2 arrows to go. This is where things get interesting. Lin's second shot is dead center. X marks the spot. But a 10-liner counts every bit as much, and the set remains tied at 19 all. Lin locks, loads, and pulls the trigger, but cannot replicate her second shot. So she's vulnerable now. The outcome is in the capable hands of Kibo Bei, who just needs 9 to win and comes up with 10. She sticks another one on the line and captures her prey. She'd won an Olympic gold medal before. She'd won gold at the World Cup finals, but she had never won an individual gold medal at the World Championships. Check that off her list. Mission accomplished. Now, it didn't come easy. In fact, Lin Qiqia pushed this monumental match to 5 sets. But when all was said and done, the flawless form perfected through countless hours of practice, not to mention mental toughness, all paid off for Kibo Bei. I watched lots of other archers winning medals last year, and it became a great motivation when I came back. It was also a good motivation for this competition. This is how I got a great result at this big event.
좋은 결과가 따라오지 않았나 생각합니다.
Hi, my name is Darren Wallace. I'm competing for Ireland, Archery Ireland. It's a huge privilege to be able to stand on the line and wear the jersey. It's been fantastic here at the World Championships in Copenhagen. Unfortunately, some of my last tournaments didn't go so well, but I've come out in top 16 here, so I'm very happy with it. I was trying to win a spot to represent Ireland at the Olympics in Rio. I got through my first match here in the secondary tournament, and unfortunately I got knocked out in the second leg against Weiss from Germany, who's a very strong competitor. The wind here is very difficult. I tried my best. Didn't happen for me on the day, but next time we're looking at trying again.
My name is Ernesto Boardman. I'm from Mexico. I haven't been in a World Championship like this. It's my first time, and I'm really happy about it. I felt really confident in my first match. I ended up winning. Then I knew it was going to be a hard one because I had heard that the Moldovan guy shot really good. So I won in a shoot-off. It was like a really nervous feeling. But the only thought it came to me, it was hit the yellow, hit the goal. That's it. Then the third match, I didn't shot my last shot like I wanted to. It was a 7. I wasn't really happy with that. I couldn't make it to the Olympic pass qualifying, and I really wanted to win the place for Mexico. I was the only guy from Mexico shooting, and it's my first. I'm the newest guy in the team, so I was kind of with pressure. But I think we still got chances in Colombia and in Turkey next year.
Venezuela made its presence felt in Copenhagen, especially Elias Malave, who made it to the bronze medal match after a close call with Kim Woo-jin dropping a 6-4 decision to the former world champ. Now he'd have to face the man who won the silver medal at the Olympic Games in London, Japan's Furukawa Takaharu, who is actually a 3-time Olympian who'd already won 3 team medals on the World Cup circuit this season. Now he was looking to break through on his own. Easier said than done. Elias Malave was storming the castle, so the match was tied at 4-all after the first 4 sets. Furukawa finds himself in trouble when he starts the 5th set with a surprising 7. Malave jumps out to a 2-point advantage, landing his arrow just inside the 9 line. Mr. Furukawa gets back into the game with a much better second shot. But the Venezuelan is closing in on the victory, still up by 2 with 1 arrow to go. Still on the ropes, Furukawa doesn't give in. That 10 would turn out to be a lifesaver because Malave simply could not throw the knockout punch. Needing just a 9 to win the bronze, the 25-year-old from South America watches helplessly as his chances of medaling begin to evaporate. That 8 ties the set and forces a shoot-off Malave surely did not want to get into. With new life and a second chance, Furukawa isn't about to let this opportunity get away. Konnichiwa, he hits pay dirt and shifts the pressure to the 25-year-old challenger who's trying to forget about his last shot and focus on shooting a better 10. 'Twas not to be. Elias Malave had been so good right up to the very end, but 2 shaky shots would lead to his demise, along with some clutch shooting by a man who's been in the spotlight and under the gun many times before. It's the thrill of victory for Japan's Furukawa Takaharu and the agony of defeat for Venezuela's Elias Malave. Furukawa takes the tiebreaker 10-8, wins the match 6-5, and goes home with a bronze medal from the World Championships in Copenhagen. Kim Woo-jin had been here before. In 2011, he took the measure of teammate Oh Jin-hyuk to take the world title in Torino. He also had a World Cup gold medal from the 2012 finals in Tokyo. So Mr. Kim carried an impressive resume into the gold medal match in Copenhagen, where he would face the first archer outside Korea to get this far since 2007. The daring Dutchman Rick van der Ven has an impressive resume too, having just missed out on a bronze medal at the London Olympics, where he defeated Korea's Im Dong-hyun. But on this day in Denmark, Mr. Kim was able to get the jump on van der Ven and had him down 4-0 after the opening 2 sets. Situation didn't look much brighter after van der Ven started set 3 with an 8. There was a distinct possibility Kim Woo-jin would be able to sweep his way to the gold medal as he took a 1-point lead in the set. But the man who once held 4 European titles suddenly woke up, came to life, a 10 resuscitating his chances of starting a comeback. Mr. Kim would tie the set at 18. Rick would launch another rocket that wound up in the 9 ring, a solid shot, but one that offered no guarantees. Kim could still get the sweep with a 10 spot. But he's only human, not a machine. Kim Woo-jin and Rick van der Ven splitting the set, and the match would move on to a 4th set outside Christiansborg Palace, home of the Danish Parliament. The bronze medalist from last fall's World Cup finals in Lausanne strikes gold on his first shot on the 4th set. So Mr. Kim raises the level of his game. The set's tied at 10. Van der Ven does it again. So it's your move, Mr. Kim. And we are tied at 20. Van der Ven dialed in. 10-10-10. And yet, he finds himself at the mercy of Kim Woo-jin, who needs another 10 to split the set and pick up one more point that gives him the match. He's as good as gold. Kim Woo-jin connects on the money shot to become a 2-time world champion. He ran the gauntlet all week long to get the job done, scoring a 5-set 6-4 win over Brady Ellison, then a 5-set 6-4 win over Elias Malave, and then holding off a hard-charging Rick van der Ven. Kim Woo-jin completing an amazing week for Korea, giving his country a 9th World Championship medal to take back home.
매우 힘든 경기였었는데요.
It was a very difficult match. I think it helped that I shot in the team match this morning because I adapted better to the field in this final match this afternoon. Also, winning this tight match relieved my frustration from the last 4 years when I couldn't shoot in the bigger events. Starting from here, I believe I can prepare very well for the upcoming Olympic Games.
발판으로 또 있을 올림픽을 또 더 잘 준비할 수 있을 것 같아요.
Wow.